Hello everybody, welcome to Cryptic Metaphor Gaming. My name is Jordan. We're still playing Final Fantasy Heavensward stuff. If you've been keeping up with episodes, or if this is your first episode, then, welcome. And I'm going to show you guys some of the cool, new, neat things, and, eventually, once we get through all of that, I'll be able to show you guys just, fun, goofy stuff that I'll be doing with friends and things later. But yeah, I'm chugging along. Boop. There we go. I'm chugging along. And, level 57. We're getting there. 3 levels away. Get to 60. I want to say today is now the 5th, and I believe the big, new, large raid is the 27th. The 27th. I don't know what I'm thinking about. It's the 7th of July. Will I be ready for it by then? Probably not. But I'm still going to try to get to it and have fun. I will be able to do it eventually. But right now, today's focus is we're going to go to Duty Finder. And we're going to do the Aery. Oh, whoops. I'm dumb. There we go. Going to do the Aery. Alright, everybody. We've made it to the Aery. I'm going to show the little intro video for you guys. I've actually never watched this. I'm so panicky about people starting the instance without me. Or the duty, sorry, not the instance. Different game, different terminology. Look at this guy. What a jerk. Oh boy. So are we gonna land eventually, or are we just hanging out? Oh, he's super pissed. Wow, this is a long intro for a game. I'm making all these poor people wait. But yeah, alright, yeah, that's enough of that. I made them wait one few minutes too long. So this is the Aery. This is the third dungeon in. So this time around, not a whole lot to talk about, because a lot of this is pretty straightforward, if you know what I mean. First off, obviously the usual garbage. You gotta go beat up all this stuff. And that doesn't really take up a whole lot of time. I guess, the only real thing to note is that this area in particular just has random, lightning drops. The big old, orange cone that just sits in the center to let you know where it's going to fall. So just stay out of that stuff. Like that. And I guess there's just nothing else to really worry about aside from that. Alright, we're making it to the first boss. This is Rangda, whatever. So, immediately, when you get here, you notice that he's got all these statue thingies all over the fucking place. And what that means is that he's going to do stuff that involves those very statues. So for the most part, beating him up is no big deal. He'll do a thing where he will make a AoE attack that will affect everything that's not close to him. And you'll see what I mean. He's going to do it right now. So he goes, boom. So if you're not in that inside ring that's right around him, you will get hit by it, and it will hurt. Then he'll do this thing, where he'll target 3 random players with AoE lightnings that will just hit them, and you just gotta dodge out of the way of it. But you'll notice that there's a special little chain lightning thing that kind of peels off of him. When you get that, or if you watch someone else get that, you gotta run it to these statues, and you'll actually pass the lightning off on that statue. And that's pretty much the mechanic of the whole fight. He doesn't really do much of anything else. He'll spawn an ad. Let's see, I don't have the lightning. I thought I did. So he'll spawn an ad. And this guy, I don't know what he does, but he's super weak. He doesn't do anything. He goes down really fast. So DPS can worry about him. He's not that big of a deal. And I guess the last trick that he has is usually right before he does his AoE attack that you have to be close to. He'll push you back. See, I got the lightning now, so he's got to pass it off, and now I don't have to worry about it. So more or less, like, that's it. Like, he went down really fast. And that's pretty much the whole fight. Alright, boss 2. And this guy is slightly interesting. So, step 1, I'm just gonna start beating him up. Now, he's actually kind of relatively boring. He doesn't really do a whole lot himself. But he does have this one ability. I think it's called Fall of Man. There we go. Where he shoots an acid cloud. Now, players can eat this acid cloud, and it is not good. And the more of it that you take, the worse off you get. See, I'll eat one just because. But let's see, I got poison from it, and every more subsequent one that you take does just a little bit more. But you'll notice that now we have an ad called mustard gas. What does mustard gas do? Well, nothing. He's not really all that strong. But he will go and eat these gas clouds of poison. Now, he can eat a few of these. I think he can eat, like, I don't know how many. Enough to satiate his hunger, I guess, for gas. But you kind of want him to eat a couple, not all of them. Just enough so that he can remove them from the battlefield so that they're not in the way. And at the same time, you want to kill him before he gets too many so he doesn't explode and wipe the party or some shit like that. Another thing that you'll notice is that on the boss's status bar underneath his health, he has a little buff that gives him increased strength for every gas cloud he creates. So the idea is you want to get rid of as many gas clouds while doing damage to him so he doesn't get too strong. So I usually don't take the gas clouds very seriously because I feel like if I burn them down too fast, then they're not going to get rid of the... Or, sorry, let me rephrase that so it sounds better. I don't like the idea of getting rid of the gas clouds because I feel like if you get rid of them too fast, then... Or get rid of the mustard gas too fast, you just have like this really strong boss with areas that you can't run all over the place, and it makes it hard. I'm gonna greet that. But yeah, that's pretty much the fight, and just, be aware of those certain things, and then you'll be fine. So now we've made it to the final boss. This is Nidhogg. First off, before we even get started with the fight, I want you guys to notice that we got little, our friend here. And he has his own health bar, so he's going to need to stay alive through a lot of the stuff that happens. So first off, pretty straightforward. Just beat him up. And he's not going to do much. He'll do this thing. Scarlet Price, I guess is what it's called. He's going to shoot orbs where random people are standing. So the idea is you're going to want to avoid those, but then, oh wait, those orbs shoot lines out at people, so you want to stay out of those too. So dodge the things. Step 1. There you go, pro tip. Pro tip number 1 for playing this game. Dodge the things. So, you notice that he'll target a random player. That player will get picked up into this big old pillar. Kill this really fast. Because if he does his Sable Weave ability, it will automatically kill whoever's in it. It's the same thing as like the Titan Gowl bit, but it's just 1 player instead of 2. And he'll rotate between these 2 abilities. His Scarlet Price thing, as he takes more damage, will increase in the number of cast times that he'll do it, increasing the number of things that you'll have to dodge. Go figure. He likes making us dodge stuff. Yep, see, they're all the lines. And that's pretty much it. So he'll get to this point, he'll fly away like a little pussy bitch, and now we gotta fight a bunch of ads. So I like to go after the Liege Drake first and burn this guy down, because the Liege Tail is fairly weak and doesn't do a whole lot. So we get rid of him, and then we get these Liege Tails. And all the Liege Tails can die pretty fast. Get out of here. Get out of here, no one likes your business. So get rid of them. Then we get a red dragon. Kill the red dragon pretty fast. Down you go. And then we get a blue dragon. This is the last dragon. You gotta kill these guys really, really fast as possible, because our friend here, if he's still alive, will only activate the shield once everything else is gone. And it protects you from this garbage right here. So now that's done, he'll drop back in. Now I'm not going to use my limit break quite yet, because he's going to use the Sable thing to lock another player 1 more time. I will use it right after that, because, you know, I'm not going to let a person die just so I can get extra damage in really quickly. That won't even kill the boss. Oh well, I guess we'll kill the boss anyway, but that's pretty much it. Once he goes into that last point after he shoots his Hyper Beam of Death, the only thing you have to worry about after that is the same repeating pattern that he was doing before. So you can pretty much just, like, limit break him right out. So there you have it, guys. We did the Aery. That's the whole dungeon for you. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to invade one of my neighbor's homes for a minute. Pardon me, neighbor. I just want to borrow your striking dummy. Because, part of... I just want to show you guys, like, what my setup basically is. Because I'm playing as a monk. And, if you've been watching my videos, you're probably wondering, it's like, Jordan, why are you doing things the way you're doing them? If you've played this game, and you're just like, Jordan, why are you so bad and your setup's so terrible? Well, I'll explain it to you, so you know. So first off, being a monk, being a level 50 plus monk, you're going to have access to different stances. And the first one you get is going to be Fist of Earth. So you take more damage, you have a little bit of an HP up. Second is Fist of Wind, which makes you have faster movement. And the important one is Fist of Fire, which is increased damage. And damage is the only thing that matters. We are pure strength people. So that's that. But on my setup for me is that I have like my boot punch, my boot shine ability, which is my starter, and then I got my true strike and my twin snakes, and those are my different just attacks. Your three, in my opinion, this is all my opinion by the way, so I could be entirely wrong, but your three highest damage dealing abilities is your boot shine, your true strike, and your snap punch. Now, obviously going through those three different forms gives you greased lightning for 12 seconds roughly, and every time you do it, you get another stack. Every stack you get increases your skill speed so you can attack faster. So you always want to be doing your combo like this as often as possible to keep that stack up so you can keep attacking as fast as possible. Now, the second thing is you can use Twin Snakes. And Twin Snakes gives you increased damage for your attacks. And it lasts for about 15 seconds, I think. So there's that. Now Demolish, which is the other ability that I have, aside from Snap Punch, will let me put a debuff on my enemy for 20 seconds. So the enemy will take more damage based on that. That's important. And I find that after you have one stack of Greased Lightning, you can do Dragon Kick, which is your Boot Shine equivalent, right there, which puts a 15-second debuff on your enemy as well for, guess it, more increased damage. You're seeing the theme here a little bit. So, more or less, like, that's the rough idea. And you have an internal release for more damage, and different like little things like that. So roughly, for most encounters that I have and most bosses, what I'll do is when I approach the boss, I'll use my shoulder tackle, which is my favorite ability in this whole game, and go right into Touch of Death. Touch of Death puts a 30-second damage over time on an enemy. So I'll just do that, just to get like in there, and then start on my combo. We'll start with Boot Shine, because I can't do Dragon Kick quite yet, because I have to have that first stack of Greased Lightning. Go into Twin Snakes, go into Demolish, and then I'll go into Dragon Kick, in the True Strike, sorry, and then Snap Punch. And I'll do Boot Shine, True Strike, Snap Punch until I see my Twin Snakes go down. And then I'll hit Twin Snakes. My Demolish and my Dragon Kick have expired, so I'll rebuff those. And I'll just try to keep those three different things up as long as possible while getting as many True Strike and Snap Punches in as I can. And then I'll pop Eternal Release in between whenever that is up. And it should always be popped whenever you have it. Whenever you're engaged in a fight, I should say. And sometimes I'm not on my game with my rotation and I'll forget different things, but whatever, it's irrelevant. As far as other things, as far as this expansion is concerned, my shoulder tackle now no longer has a limit to it. Because before you had to be a certain amount of distance away to shoulder tackle something, now you can do it whenever. Still has that cooldown, but, you know, regardless. In addition to your Boot Shine and Dragon Kick, you also have Arm of the Destroyer, which is an AoE attack. It also silences things. Silencing things can be fun sometimes. But this ability is great when you've got, you know, large groups that you want to get rid of. A bunch of weak monsters that get to burn down. And another ability that we have is Rock Breaker, which is a front conal. And that will clear out anything in front of you in a cone. Equally important for clearing out large groups. Also on my hotbar, I have Steel Peak, super important because it's a stun, in addition to my shoulder tackle. And I have Internal Release, which is my buff. You saw me use that earlier. And I have my Howling Fist, which is a front line attack. So I keep that on there as well. And I guess I also keep Featherfoot on. You don't need Featherfoot unless you're playing a lot by yourself, and it's great when you're not doing groups or things like that. But, you know, increased evasion can be useful. And more or less, that's just the kind of rotation that I go on. I keep Second Wind and Mantra on my backup bar, with the rest of my things like that in my Limit Break. I keep my Limit Break on a separate bar so I don't accidentally punch it, because I've done that before. No one likes you when you do that. And that's pretty much the setup that I have. Now, if you're not terrible and you play this game better than I do, you'll go into cross-class abilities. And the cross-class abilities, you're going to really benefit from the Lancer. So the Lancer gives you the TP regen ability, which is really essential. I have not needed it. Then again, I'm probably not very good. And it also gives you Blood for Blood. And Blood for Blood is really, really good. And I know there are some Marauder cross-class abilities that are very good. You can get Fracture if you want a little bit of an addition to your punch on your DOTs. So that's a really good one as well. But more or less, you know, that's kind of the rundown that I go through. And I forgot to mention Perfect Balance, which Perfect Balance is pretty much lets you Snap Punch, Demolish, so you can get all of the Greased Lightning bits. And that's more or less all there is to it. So, thank you guys for watching. Sorry it was a bit of a stretch of a video, but I figured it'd be a good idea to just take this time to show off what I've been doing so you guys understand why I like playing the monk so much, show you guys a new dungeon. Next episode, I'm going to show you guys the vault, maybe do some other silly stuff while I'm at it. But, you know, if you guys have been keeping track of my Final Fantasy videos or whatever, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys will stay tuned for more videos like this in the future. Make sure you check out the channel to look at some other things. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on all the favorite things like that and all the different events that will be going on. And as always, everybody, until next time, see ya!